Hi everyone, Jaymes Mansfield here yet again with another episode of Dressing Barbie. Yes, this week we are doing a very, very great outfit. I'm so excited for this one. It is so pretty, it's so holiday themed. As the holidays come up approaching, it's not technically a holiday dress, but I always used it for that, for like Christmas or Valentine's Day. It is the Silken Flame dress from Barbie. This was released, I believe, in 1961. I could be wrong. I'll put the correct date here if I am wrong. But it is a gorgeous silk dress, or faux silk dress, with a red velvet top and a gold belt. And it's usually paired with the coat called the Red Flare. Like all the reproductions usually have the Red Flare coat with it, with a little matching Jackie Kennedy pillbox hat. But originally released was like this. And I believe she had black high heels in the illustration. I think they give you black heels, but I think it looks good with red. But that is the dress we're making today. It looks great in a bubble cut. And I'm so excited because it's very like prom kind of fun, pretty, very pretty old school 50s kind of dress. So that's what we're going to do today. I have here a few things I'm using. I'm actually going to use a pattern for this. I bought this from the UK, believe it or not, as a seller in the UK named Daisy's Patterns. It is a Diana Dors dress. It's based off the dress she wore in The Unholy Wife and I believe the other movie she did, I Married a Woman. Yes, I believe that. But we're going to be using the pattern for this dress right here, where it's like a nice classic, 1950s heart, so like sweetheart dress. So that's what we're going to do. And also, I took your guys' advice, and I actually bought some sewing clips. I got 100 of them from Wawak. So, that's what we need. Also, if you can, I highly recommend doing this. Make a pattern for a circle skirt, because this is going to require a circle skirt. So, I did the math, and I made a little triangle, round triangle here for a circle skirt pattern. I wrote down everything I need. So, 1/2 folded, and then cut out 2 halves on their own. Circle skirt measurement. Did all my math already. There's plenty of websites you can go on to like get your circle skirt measurement to know what to do, but this is a great thing to have if you plan to do a lot of vintage clothing because a lot of them require circle skirts. So we're going to do that today. Now I already have the back part of the pattern pinned on to interfacing. Let's cut it out. So let's just cut this out and then we're going to iron it onto our red fabric. Now I love this dress. It's one of the first reproductions I ever got. Like, it came out, they released it quite a bit. You can get this reproduction everywhere. Like, a lot of, like, thrift stores and vintage toy stores will usually have this one available. It's, like, the Silken Flame Red Flare combo. But it's so pretty. And this one's just cutting out 2 pieces of interfacing because the back part are 2 slices. So, let me just flip that around so I can put the pattern on the other side. But these clips have been a lifesaver, dude. Like, I really like them. Let's do that so we can get our dart here drawn on. And make sure everything is nice. Because with vintage patterns, darting's very important. Like, almost everything has a dart because everything back then was, like, tight-fitted. Alright. Now, that's our back pieces. I already have the front part cut out, the sweetheart part, which I'm going to basically iron on to our red fabric and cut it out. But it's a really simple pattern. I must warn you, it does have a tendency to run a little large in some, and some run a little small. So you might have to like cut it out a few times and paste it together like I had to. As you can see, like there's a little bit of tape right here holding it together because I cut it out too large. So this is cut down all the way to a size 18, and once I actually sew it, who knows, maybe it'll still be large, but we'll see. But it's a really good pattern. It's really simple, and it's going to be a really pretty dress, so let's make it. So I'm going to reset quick so I can iron on my fabric. So I got to put my towel and everything down. I don't want to iron on this board, so I'll be right back. Alright, we are back. Now I iron on the interfacing like y'all saw me do in the last video, so be sure and watch the solo and the spotlight video if you want to see me do the interfacing. It's super easy. Just lay it on and iron it on. Easy as that. That's how the piece is going to look. That's one of the back pieces. Super pretty. Nice and stiff now. Let's do our other back piece and our front piece, the sweetheart piece. So that we can start sewing this and move on to the circle skirt because that's going to require a little bit of maneuvering. Now these skirts I always love. Like dresses like this, especially like with Barbie and everything. She has a lot of dresses like this where it requires like a circle skirt. Just because, like, she was a teenage fashion model, and, like, in teen clothing back then, it was so popular to have that, like, really delicate, feminine kind of silhouette. And, like, it still seeps over in today. Like, it's just a classic, like, prom dress kind of style now. It looks like interfacing up a little. No, it's fine. It'll work. It'll be fine. All right, moving on. Let's do our sweetheart. If your interfacing starts to ride up a little bit, I do recommend just like steaming down the corners, but you know, we'll be fine. If I feel like it's a problem, I'll go back and iron over it. Do our sweetheart and be careful just to stay along the edges. Now, the one thing about this pattern is it does not give you seam allowances, so you kind of have to like play by ear. This one is a size 18, so when I put a seam in it, it should size down to almost a little bit bigger than a 16, which is where I'm at right now. As long as I don't get to a 14, the 14 is probably the lowest I can go with corseting. But I still want to have room for breasts and everything. That's another thing. I haven't really sized this with breasts yet, so we'll see how it goes. If I have to like take the darting out and rearrange it, I can do that easily. I'll just do like a stay stitch dart. All right, and this red fabric I actually got at Walmart. Like, it's just some cheapo Christmas time fabric that I got. It looks like velvet, but it's just the cheapest faux velvet. It's like velour, but it works. Like, it looks like the dress. Hers is a little more vibrant and vintage looking, but this will work to give us that look, especially what we can get on this, you know, time frame and time crunch. It's gonna be cute. But those are our pieces for the top. Super simple. Like I said, it's a really easy top. Just a classic, you know, 1960s type of dress. And we're probably gonna have to gather it a little bit in the bust too, because I feel like that's how hers is too. It's gathered in the bust area. If you look at it, there's gathering here, which, you know, usually you can get away with on dolls because, you know, their bodies are so stiff. They're not soft. All right, here we go. That to the side. Let's clean up a little bit and start our skirt. Whoosh. Okay, white. Now this is, I believe, charmeuse. I got this from Justin's fabric swatch buttons. Because I couldn't find white fabric that worked anywhere, and I didn't want to like wait months to get it, because like you can get a lot of stuff in bulk because like it's a basic wedding dress fabric, but I didn't want to wait a long time with like ordering out of Etsy and stuff. I wanted to get to this dress right away, so I lucked out, and he actually had this in his sewing piles of scraps from other projects, and we're only gonna do one layer of it. You could probably like get away with lining it and everything, but it's a costume dress, so it doesn't really matter. If you want to go those extra steps, go right ahead, but I'm not going to bother with that. All right, we have our fold. Now the real work is basically seeing how long I can make it and how much I can get away with realistically. So I might have to cut it on a wider, yeah, I might have to cut it wide just because I don't think it's going to be long enough. Let's see what we got. Otherwise, this might just be our back pieces. That should be long enough. We'll be good. We'll be good. Got our little piece right here. And that basically tells us where the circle skirt's going to go. So I clip it on. And that should be just about my waist measurement. Now that is our front piece right here. I'm going to cut two back pieces. So what I have to do now is basically kind of, you know, go around and cut the circle. So hopefully this works out. This is where it gets a little dodgy. Get another board just in case. I don't want to cut on the carpet. Move those out of the way for now. That too. Okay. There we go. Cool. Should we have our fold going? And if you have a circle skirt that works really good for you, I highly recommend just laying it down and tracing through that, which might be what I do. I'm gonna pause and go get a skirt that I like, so we can just trace around it. You're back. All right, I'm back. I switched positions because I found a circle skirt that I like that I could demo this off of. And once I cut this out, this piece, just keep it folded because then you can use this piece to cut out your other two pieces. So let's do that. Give myself a little seam allowance. It's like a fingernail's width. All right, let's push those boards together. lift up our skirt, and we should have a circle skirt that will work. You see? Where are we with that? Stand up a little bit. Yeah, that should be just the length I want. I can always go a little longer if I want, but that's how you do the circle skirt. And now I just place that down and cut out 2 pieces. Just 2 pieces, not in a fold. All right? So I'm gonna cut out those other 2 pieces and we have our skirt ready. Be right back. All right, it is time to start sewing. So I have the skirt all pinned up. Let's start sewing this. All right, it's super, super simple to sew the circle skirt. So like, don't get intimidated. As long as your math is mathin', you'll be okay. All right, let me just put our needle down. Watch, I say it's super simple and just like all explodes on me. I'm slowly getting the curve of like how to sew with these clips. They're not bad. I just remember to pause like a few inches before it and take it out. But it is working on keeping it all still, which I really like. So all in all, good recommendation, y'all. Thank you. I appreciate you. See, I listen. I try new things. If it's gonna make my life easier, I'm down to try it. All right, sew this up. Make sure it's together. Up. These scissors are so dull. All right. Now our skirt is pretty much together. I sewed both pieces on. She's looking cute. It is fraying a bit. I haven't worked with fabric like this in forever, so what I'm gonna do is just like, I still haven't fixed the serger, obviously, so we're gonna do a little serge on it quick, just to keep them from fraying. So let's switch over to zigzag, and just serge the ends. Overlock. We'll trim those stray threads, but we overlock that just to make sure it doesn't fray anymore. Let's do the other side, and we can start switching out the thread so that we can do the bodice. But this is the easiest part, honestly. It's just literally sewing together 3 pieces. There. But y'all get it. I'm overlocking this to make sure it doesn't fray. So let's come back and we'll start sewing the bodice because I have to wind the bottom for that in red. So be right back. All right, I am back. We are gonna start doing the bodice. Now I started out by like basically testing out the darts to make sure they worked, and I put them on the mannequin. It turns out they work. So this is how it's supposed to look. Let's sew it. All right, darting. Everyone's least favorite thing in the world to do, including mine. Evil, evil, evil darts. But if you like vintage clothes, you gotta get familiar with them because they're in everything. Just angling it. There we are. And you will find yourself basically taking it out with your seam ripper all the time, just trying to get it as close as possible. It's pretty close. I'm gonna live with that. It'll be fine. You just gotta eventually learn to get to that point where it's fine. I can live with this. All right, line it up. Let's do our best to keep it still. All right. All right, let me just make sure the darts is good. All right. How are we looking? Is she darting? Are the darts darting? She's darting. Yes, look at that sweetheart. It is gonna be so cute, you guys. The boobs are a little small, but I can live with that. We'll make it work. But as soon as I start gathering it like that, it's gonna look like the outfit. All right, so let's finish up the bodice. Like I said, it's super easy. Like this one is really easy to do. I'm pretty sure you can find a pattern that has a similar shape. It's just a sweetheart bust. Like sometimes her outfits were very simple, but they were effective. Like if you look at it, If you really break it down, there's not much going on in it, but it's super cute. And now I'll have an outfit to wear for Christmas time and Valentine's Day. There we are. That is our top so far. Gorgeous. Now we just have to attach it to the skirt, which I have right here. And basically, I'm just gonna lay it out, find the middle of the skirt, which is right here where this folded crease is. Middle of the bodice. And then go from there to see if I have to trim any excess. Because after darting, it might get smaller, it might get larger. It looks like there might be a little bit of excess here, which I could probably fold under for the zipper. Yeah, I think that should work because it looks like it leaves me just enough room to put the zip in. So that should work out. Feeling good about this. I'm going to pin this together. I'll be right back. All right, I am back. Now, I had to do a little bit of repair to the darts. As you can see, they are much smaller than what they are recommended because it would not fit my circle skirt otherwise. But we're going to gather in the center, so it'll create boobage, all right? I'm not worried about that. But as long as it has some kind of darting happening to give it the curve, that's all we need. If this pattern works out for me, I could use it for another Barbie outfit, which I'm excited for. Because if you look at it, the jumpsuit in Dinner at 8 has the exact same sweetheart kind of pattern. So if this works, I could use it for that too. I just have to remember the notes I have to take on it now and just write those on the pattern. But yeah, for the bust, I reduced it by quite a few inches. Like, it was really off for my measurements. Which literally was just me going through with the seam ripper. Oh, we have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. So this is why you pay attention, because sometimes folds can happen underneath here when you're not paying attention to the circle skirt. So now I have to pick that out. That's a problem. Let's see how far it dates back. A little far back. All right, so that's fine. We'll just rip that out and restart. But it's a pretty steady course. As you can see, like, everything else from here on is sewing pretty well. It's just that little area now I have to pick out because it started to go off track. And now we have a buckle happening. So I'm going to fix that quick and be right back. Hello! Yes, we have the dress basically done. Like, the back is a little sewn up like that. Really, really simple. Now, all I got to do is put in a zipper for this and steam out the bottom of this dress because you see it's hella wrinkled. So I'm going to put the zipper in and probably put it on the mannequin just so we can gather the bust area, which is also very easy. So I'll be right back. Hi guys, I'm coming to you in full cult movie director glory in a dress right now so I can show you how to gather here on the bust line. I usually do it on myself. You can do it on a mannequin, but it's my body and I want to gather it on me. So here's how you do it. Basically, I am pleating it by hand and creating a little gather like that. And just like that, you gather it. Now I'm going to put it inside and knot it off, and there you go. There's your sweetheart gather. The dress is done. I got to steam it. Be right back, and I'll be a lot prettier.
And here it is, the Silken Flame. Oh my gosh, this is such a cute outfit. I love these delicate, gorgeous 1950s, 60s prom dress kind of dresses. It's so fun and so formal. I am ready for a Valentine's Day dance or Christmas time. Now, my only issues with this pattern was that it didn't really make much room for breasts. So if I did this again, I probably would restructure the pattern so that I can make room to have bigger breasts in it. I can't wait for the next one. I think I might do Dinner at 8 or Friday Night Date. I can't decide yet. But this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Till next time, bye. Click here and get ready at Trixie Motel in the Oh Honeymoon Suite. Or see my other episode of Dressing Barbie, the solo in the spotlight. Come on, you don't want to miss it. If you don't click it, I'll step on your toes while I do a slow dance. So click it.